Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing tonight? Mark May here. Wanted to come to you live. I am on my second COVID shot, so work with me tonight, guys. This is episode number 8 of the Mayhem Show with Mark May. And without further ado, guys, you guys know we're doing a Kickstarter right now for Help Hug and Velocicock. Please check it out. Usually I'd play the video for this right at the beginning of the show, but we are just going to get right into it tonight. I am going to bring on my co-host, Mr. Lewis Perry. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Oh, dude, last night I want to apologize to all the listeners and all the viewers. What's the matter? You can't hear me? You all set? I wanted to You can't hear.
Hold on. Yo.
You good?
Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Right. I am so sorry about that, my friend. How are you doing tonight, Lewis?
I'm okay. I just want to apologize to all the listeners and everyone, the viewers from last night. I have an early wake-up call every morning. I lay down for a couple seconds. Next thing I know, thunder and lightning was happening. The clouds have opened, and it was 2:30 in the morning my time. So, yeah. Slept through the entire show last night.
Totally cool, man. You missed Mr. Josh Adams, which was pretty cool talking to him. You should have heard what he had to say about me. I think you would have liked that.
Really?
Guys, yes. We're not gonna do this tonight. We're not gonna go and have a conversation tonight, me and Lewis. I'm cutting both of us off right now just because of the fact that we have freaking Kristi Kai here, ladies and gentlemen, and she looks amazing. How you doing?
Hello. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Whoa, okay. Domino.
Yeah,
Christy,
it was a little entertaining trying to get the lights right here.
This I like the setup in the background here. This is amazing. And I was also going to say, who's the puppy back there?
Isn't it an amazing setup? So I am actually at my friend Mike the Quad's house right now. This is his streaming studio.
Wow.
And we actually very recently kind of redid some stuff. So it seemed like the perfect place to kind of crash the party at. Plus, I get some pixie puppy time.
Yeah. So, what kind of dog is that?
Mike, what type of dog is Pixie? She is a Border Collie Lab mix.
That's a very cute
I
puppy.
have a Border Collie Shepherd mix.
Oh my goodness, Pixie! Up, up. Pixie.
I have a Shepherd, as everybody
She matches
knows.
me.
Christy, how you been? I haven't talked to you in literally a year and a half in person. Seriously, what's been going on?
Well, COVID did that to I think everybody, so no one's really got to talk to anybody in person for a year. But no, I've just become a crazy reptile lady, so that's really all I've been doing for the past year is taking in abused and neglected and malnourished snakes and lizards.
That's pretty cool, actually. Do you happen to have a picture of your setup for that by chance?
I don't on me, no. And I don't know that I want to post it because then the homeowners association is going to come for me.
I could see that happening. Yeah, that's pretty cool that you do that though. So, Lewis, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever met Christy before at a show? She's done Colorado Springs before.
I never. We have not. Jamie and I have not been to Colorado yet. We were supposed to go to Colorado, but my whole ankle thing happened, and then COVID happened. So no, the Angry Geeks have not been to Colorado yet. Christy and I are friends on Facebook, but we have not actually met in person. I don't think yet.
Yeah,
but believe me, I think she would remember the Angry Geeks or Jamie Dolan. I'm pretty sure she would remember us somehow.
That is fair. Yeah, I've been to a lot of out-of-state shows as well, but I do tend to get caught up in my own little world. It's amazing how many shows I've actually been to that I leave the show feeling like I didn't do anything. I didn't see anything. I didn't go anywhere. because a lot of times when I do officially leave my booth, it's usually because I'm in Predator and I'm walking around. And, you know, I've got pretty much like blinders on and sound muffles because the dreads in that costume have a tendency to just block out everything.
That's a pretty freaking
I
cool
know the
costume,
feeling.
though. Her Predator costume is literally the coolest. So, like, I've seen her walking around in it. It's amazing. Christy, I'm going to ask you the question that we always ask every guest right off the top of the show that we've had so far. When you go to these shows, since we've been talking about shows, what's your favorite place to eat at?
What's my favorite place to eat?
Yeah, like, and it could be what city or I mean, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point.
Yeah, I have a tendency to eat whatever my booth manager like brings over and like yells at me to shove down my throat. So I forget sometimes that I'm supposed to eat. Occasionally at the end of the day, I will get Taco Bell and go back to my hotel room because that's how fun I am.
So Taco Bell is your joint then when it comes to shows. That's what you're saying.
It's my go-to in life. I have a tendency to not cook. So yes, I live off of fast food.
How do you feel about the menu being so changed right now and all our favorite items just kind of being deleted without our permission?
Well, I don't think they ever get our permission. I will say I'm very grateful to McDonald's for taking off the grilled chicken wraps from their menu. So they used to have these like ranch chicken wraps and things like that. And I used to get like one of those plus a Big Mac. So I was very grateful to them when they took away my favorite food because then
they were good. They were really, really good.
They're so good.
So what's your favorite convention that you've done so far, Christy?
Man, you really want me to name one and then I'm going to get in trouble with the other ones?
See,
do that to me? You're going to dime me out like that?
No. Nobody's going to judge you for that.
Have you met con owners? Somebody's going to judge me for that.
Oh, man, that's true. Well, let's not put you on the spot then. What's one of your favorite places to visit then that's outside of Colorado? How's that
sound? Let's see. I do thoroughly enjoy going to Planet Comic-Con, and that is out there in, Kansas City. And the reason why I love that one so much is, for one, the people there are amazing. But two, I get to hang out with my entire Predator group there. And so, yeah, my little Predator hearts over there squeeing to death.
Thor Odinson says she's always so amazing. Such a beautiful person. Smiley face. And Lee Orm says she never has time to eat.
That's true.
Got a lot of people excited that you're here tonight, Christy.
Yeah, I think they just want the, the hard answers. They're hoping you'll just grill me. But the not eating has become some funny stories because I have actually passed out at conventions from that.
I had to eat trail mix at a couple shows and just try to survive off water for a couple days and sleep in a car. Yeah. Those were the first Colorado Springs experiences. Those are back in 2015, so I know how you feel on that stuff. Christy, I was going to ask you, this is an amazing get-up you got going on tonight. This is Domino, which is amazing, your take on it. How did you get into cosplay?
So originally it was actually recommended to me. So back in 2013 in November is when I first started it. And at the time I actually was going to a therapist who was like, hey, it would be some great exposure therapy, going to these conventions. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, well, don't you love crafting and sewing stuff and building stuff? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, well, you'd probably like cosplay. And again, I'm like, what are you talking about? So that's really kind of what got me into it. Ironically, it was my therapist saying that this would be good for me to be around people.
So were you familiar with any of the characters that you chose to cosplay as? Okay. All right. So Do you collect comics? Do you collect video games? Are you pop culture? Do you obviously with Predator you love the movies?
Yep.
How in depth do you get into your studies as in the characters that you choose to bring to life? How do you choose which character you choose to build? What
She's
brings
so
you
amazing, man.
to do
Go ahead,
this?
Christy.
Sorry, I've got this like hair that is like killing me. 1 second. Okay. Ironically, I choose my characters based on what I love usually.
Can you hear her, Lewis?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, did I get too far away?
No, you're fine.
Uh-oh.
So basically, like I'll go through. I started with some of my favorite characters. So I started with like Starfire. You know, like something that I just absolutely love. And then I'm like, what I will do is I will look through all of the different character designs and then I will start picking what is more me, because like there's some costume aesthetics that I'm just not willing to do. I'm not willing to go there. And so then I start going into those costume like choices, into the like, you know, personality of the character, into kind of like why they make some of their choices. And then that all lends into what details I put into my costume. Like right now, I've, you know, jokingly, I've got a Deadpool mask.
Mm-hmm.
So
right,
I just kind of.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, I just kind of, you know, pick out details of their personalities, and then that's kind of like where I'll start putting it in.
All right. Now, do you fabricate each costume? Do you source it out, or is everything 100% yours, including props, including everything from start to finish, or do you have a crew helping you?
So I don't often have a crew. I wish I did. But I do a combination. Some costumes are completely made by me, like down to the I will sit there and make my own chainmail, and I will sit there for a ridiculous amount of time doing jump chains and things like that so that the spacing is exact, you know, to the character. I'll, you know, do all my own weathering, all my own, you know, fabric, all my own everything. And then other ones, I'm like, you know, I'm really lazy right now. I'm going to wear my like Spider-Gwen Zentai suit. So okay. I have a vast combination of like the most work in the world to I am so lazy, be grateful I'm here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, how many days, what your promotion style, how do you do your prints? Do you source someone out to come in and take your prints, or you just set up a camera and go by what works? Do you just like have that timer go off and you just do funky poses and have fun, or do you actually have someone direct you?
Yes. So I do all of that depending on, again, kind of like what I have more time for. So one of my favorite photographers to work with, and I will say this, one of my favorite photographers to work with is Paul Martin. He's actually done the photography for a lot of my prints. And then I will do a lot where it's just me and my phone and I am waving funkiness at it and then trying to drop my arm out of the picture really quickly.
Okay. So now you were saying that your therapist got you into cosplay and pointing you in this direction. Now, were you into pop culture and comics and movies prior to this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that's, okay. Again, that's one of the things my therapist obviously knew about me, you know, was that on some of my deployments, I would sit there and I would actually like read comics. The USO is really good about sending those to us.
Operation, it was actually the Angry Geeks did a charity for that. We chipped in and helped Operation Comics for the Troops, I think it was. Awesome. We raised a lot of money to for this charity, and it was right out of Boston Comic Con, and we shipped comics out to the troops. We did it, I think it was 2016, 2017.
Oh, that's so great. So that would have been after me. But, you know, I used to sit there and I would love that because I would be part of like the care package that we would get. And I'd be, you know, flipping through, enjoying the storylines. And that's really where I fell in love with Starfire.
Cool. Well, hey, thank you for your service too, man. I really appreciate it. So what now? Let's get back to what makes you choose your cosplay. What makes you choose your project?
Yeah, most of the time it's something I already love, and I'm just like, now is the time. Like, when you just sometimes like get that hair up your butt and you're finally like, okay, I got the time. I can dedicate it to this, because like one of my costumes, Pennywise, from It, I did all of my own fabric work on that, my own wig work, like every single thing on that is me. We even, my poor booth manager, she folded like 300 or so of those paper boats in one weekend for me to hand out to kids. But like that costume took some time.
Wow. It's incredible too. Just like I was telling Lewis earlier, the amount of time that you put into each costume and thought, and the way that you get into character is unlike anybody else I've probably ever seen on the con scene, which is one of the things I really admire about you. I think that you could be an actress anywhere. Like, I mean, you've got what it takes for that stuff. So, and you know what I really think you could do? I think you would be the best pro wrestler in the entire world. I don't know why you don't try to get into that, because you would be amazing at it. I think she would, Lewis.
Okay, so real story. I grew up loving wrestling, like so very much, to the point that I was bawling my eyes out when The Undertaker had Stone Cold Steve Austin on the embalming slab. I could not fathom why the camera crew wasn't helping him. I'm like screaming at the screen, like, save him, because no one had told me yet.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
So I was screaming. I'm like, why is no one helping him?
I was too. I was 12 years old at the time, I believe. I was 12 years old when that happened, and I was like, why? Like, you'd sit there and watch stuff sometimes on wrestling back then, and you'd just be like, the stuff they could get away with back then, there's no way they could get away with it now. You know what I mean? So and it's too bad too, because that was a good story, and it stuck in your mind. That's what you remember about wrestling now.
Well, I mean, I remember a lot of things, Mick Foley always, just like, let's do this, so now
Did you ever see him get thrown off the cage, Christy?
Huh?
Did you ever see him get thrown off the Hell in a Cell?
Not in person, unfortunately. I never got to go.
I got to see it live. I didn't get to see it in person, but I got to see it on pay-per-view when Undertaker actually took him and threw him off the Hell in a Cell.
Can I share a personal story about that night?
Really?
Go ahead, Lewis. Go ahead.
All right. That is the night that I met my wife. And I actually told Mick Foley that Mick Foley and I sat down to interview Mick Foley, and I told him that whole story, and he said that must have been the most romantic night ever. And I'm like, yes, sir, it was. When Mick Foley was tossed off the top of the cage, we had, it was great. I met Mick prior a few times, but when I sat down and I actually told him, hey, that was the night that I met my wife, was the night that he was tossed off the top of the steel cage, off the Hell in a Cell. I was at the King of the Ring in 1998.
98?
June.
Yep.
June 12th, 1998. Yeah, the night I met my wife.
That's amazing. See, but yes, you're over here talking about me being a wrestler, and I'm like, little did you know.
I mean, yeah, for real. Well, I mean, I think, if you wanted to do it, you could totally get into it, because, I mean, you're physically fit. You know what I mean? You've got the persona, you've got charisma.
Yeah, but I've also got the back injuries and the knee injuries, and they're just going to be like, you are a medical liability, but you can sit on the sidelines and just look grumpy.
Maybe you could be a manager.
Because things are just popping right now. Things are starting to cultivate. Things are starting to grow.
100%.
Yeah. A little bit of my humor, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love it when you just play those out of nowhere. That's my favorite part of the whole show right there.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, I mean, how ready do you have those?
I mean, this is a pretty professional show, Christy. I don't know if you've ever seen the Mayhem show with Mark May before.
I've skimmed
My
it.
co-host-
Small words that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced buffoon.
They're pretty ready.
I got insulting.
See when I'm sorry.
Because I'm confused.
I'm sorry.
I'm so offended. Mark him out.
What happened? What happened? What did I miss?
Well, actually, Christy, that was for Mark, not for you. Here, I'll play.
Okay. Well, yeah, then we're good. We're good.
This. Here you go. This is for you. There you go.
Now I'm definitely out.
Better.
Mark, did you tell him nothing of me?
Oh, here's the thing: is Lewis? He's only supposed to be doing one show a week. During this Kickstarter, I've got him doing one show every night.
Oh.
It is literally the
You're a
craziest
true
schedule
friend.
for any of us.
Yeah,
you know what I
and
mean?
I am on the East Coast. I have a 4 o'clock wake up time. I'm way past my bedtime. I've already done my own show, co-hosted on a professional wrestling show. I do Mark's show. Last night I fell asleep before coming on Mark's
He
show,
didn't even come on
and then
the
I have
show last
2
night,
other
Christy.
shows on Friday night.
Okay, Lewis, what we
Took a nap
all
and fell
want to
asleep.
know.
Yes, sir.
There's a question. We all need to know the answer. What does he
Yes, ma'am.
have on you?
Yeah.
For some,
What do I have on
this
you?
is okay.
What dirt does he
This
have
is-
on you?
That's the thing. I am 100% straight edge. I've got nobody has nothing on me, nothing at all. I drink water. I don't drink beer. If I drink a beer, it's like one a year. I don't do nothing at all. He has nothing on me, but this is what happened. I came home on a Friday. I get a message. Hey, can I call you? I have a question. I'm trying to start up a show. You do this, you do this. I'm on TV. I do a podcast. Sure, Mark, give me a call. And then this, and this. What do I do? Well, you do this, you do this, you do this. Okay, great. Can you help me? Sure. Next thing I know, I'm here. How did that happen? I don't know.
That's how most people end up in my life like that. But it's a good thing because I like to surround myself with good people.
You know,
Christy,
it was
there's
either
a
going to be
reason
like
you're
he
on
had
this
dirt
show.
on you or he was fluffing the hell out of you. So he stroked that ego.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I mean, he was on our my flagship show about a month or two ago.
It's been about
A
3
couple
times
times,
I've been
yeah.
on your show actually.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it was like, okay, yeah, sure, Mike, anytime. And next thing I know, here I am. Everyone in my house is sleeping, and I'm sitting here in the geek lair, all trying to be quiet and without waking anybody up. It's just insane. But Christy, have you ever been to New England? I know we're friends on Facebook, but Rhode Island Comic Con, maybe Terracon, maybe Epic, Empire State Comic Con.
No, unfortunately, the only con that would have brought me that direction would have been New York Comic Con. I was scheduled to get to go there with my mom. It was going to be her 50th birthday, so I was going to fly out to DC because that's where she lives. I was going to fly out to DC, and her and I were going to cosplay together. So she was going to be the evil queen, and I was going to be Alice in Wonderland, so she was going to have this whole costume and get to do the off with your head and stuff. And we had this all planned out. We were going to, stay in New York because I hadn't, got to go. And then work basically was like, we're so sorry, but there is a project here. You can't go. And I'm like, you just canceled my mom's 50th birthday? But they did. They did.
Wow. All right. I mean, again, we're friends online, but I mean, I never had the pleasure. So maybe one day we'll cross paths. It'll be.
Don't worry.
awesome.
I'm not crying about the story. I just have body paint in my eyeball.
What's going on with your eyeball? Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I just I got a little bit of body paint in there. It's fine. It's not the worst thing I've done to my eyeball in a costume, so it's fine.
I get sad when I see you sad. So I'm just saying.
I'm not actually sad. I'm just, it matches the aesthetic of me crying.
Christy, so here's the thing: are you going to do Colorado Springs this year? Have you talked to anybody about doing the Springs show?
Nobody has talked to me about doing it. So as far as I know, I'll just be an attendee this year so far. Because obviously I'm still going to go and see everybody. But yeah, so far no one's talked to me about actually being there.
Do you have any cosplays ready for that show that you're thinking about? Anything that you want to talk about?
I have 2 costumes that have not got to go to a convention yet.
Ooh.
Oh. So one was going to have been, debuted, I guess to say, at Planet Comic-Con last year. And that was right when COVID happened. Oh no, Mike, I killed it. That was right when COVID happened. So I wasn't able to go to Planet, which that sucked. So, and that costume was actually a noob Sabot.
Oh man. And here's the thing, guys, is Christy does such, you know what? Give me a little Mortal Kombat, Lewis. Just give me a little Mortal Kombat real quick.
All right. The board just froze on me, of course. But
What? See, we were almost professional.
I know. Remember that one time we talked about it?
there you go. I just did it.
Boom.
Did you hear it or no? All right.
No.
Shortest ever.
There it is.
It just did it.
This is an amazing one. I actually first saw Christy walking around. I think it might have been Fort Collins in this. I'm not sure, Christy. Was it Fort Collins?
I don't know. I've been everywhere in that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty damn cool.
Now, Christy, are you a gamer?
So I used to be. That sounds terrible, but I just haven't had as much time because
Okay. No, I can relate. I
had a bit of a Diablo 3 addiction.
Mhm.
You know it's bad when somebody walks in and you're playing 2 controllers simultaneously because you're trying to level up all your characters.
No, I totally get about being a gamer and not having time. I totally get that. Mortal Kombat, have you seen the new film? If so, what did you think?
I have opinions. I don't know how much to give away there, because it's still so new.
Okay.
There are
let's do it.
absolutely things I would change. And there are things that I love.
All right. So my co-host and I, not Mark, my flagship show, we already reviewed it. We already discussed it. It is no secret of how I feel about the film or her. So I'm going to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give Mortal Kombat 2021? 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. What did you give it? Go.
I go 2.5 because I'm divided.
There you go. That's fine. I said it myself. No, that is fine. I said it myself. This film does not have the magic that the original one does. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. It doesn't have the magic.
Have you rewatched the original recently, though?
No, I have. So on HBO Max, they're out right now. So I actually did go back and watch it right after I watched the new one. And I got to tell you, that old one was just like, yeah, man, I'd rather have this. Christopher Lambert as Raiden. We're talking about the fucking Highlander here, guys. You know what I mean? I liked it. Yeah. The new movie, I would give it a 3.5, guys. Like, I think if it goes in a direction where it's more solid than the last Mortal Kombat 2 movie was, then we might be okay. You know what I mean? But
okay, so I've got a non-spoiler argument for it. I want my bad guys more bad? Can we like go a little more realistic
Yeah.
for bad guy?
Yeah.
That's my thing. Cause it's like, I will say, and obviously like, the first movie, I didn't love that as much either, in the sense of, okay, you've got a favorite character and that favorite character gets a 2-minute battle scene and then dies. Like, no, thank you. Give me more, like, and then in this one, I'm like, okay, bad guys, like, who writes bad guys? Does no one know bad guys? Bad guys are bad guys. Like, they don't just
think about
they
it.
don't just walk away. Oh,
exactly.
I think you're down. I'm gonna leave now.
In the original, in the original, you did have this build up to Goro. Goro came out, beat up Art. He beat up, you had this build up to this big baddie. In this one, you didn't have it. Plus, he looked like the Hulk with 2 extra arms.
Yeah, so the bad version of the Hulk too, not the good version from the
there
new
you go.
movies.
So you had this build up. You also had in the original this build up of Sang Shung. You had the build up. You knew he was a shapeshifter.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You knew he was a sorcerer. What the hell did you have in this? He sucked out one soul. That was it.
One soul that pissed me off so bad. That's what she's talking about. Yeah, that was spoiler alert, Lewis. We were not supposed to say that. That was you, Lewis.
Spoilers.
You, Lewis.
Spoilers.
And then you got me on the train, and I just went with it.
we railed you right into some spoilers.
Yeah, you did.
No,
But-
for me, like,
ahead.
okay, obviously, I've got an intense love of Sub-Zero. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I want Sub-Zero to have lots of screen time, which I was happy about. Thank you. But also, I'm like, come on, be true to him. He's not going to be like, I did a third of the job and I'm walking away. Like, that's not Sub-Zero.
I don't know. I just didn't care for it. Did not care for it.
Thor
Not at all.
Odinson says he would love to see Ryan Reynolds as Johnny Cage.
No.
I don't like it either.
Nope. It's
Don't
got to
like
be
it
the
either.
Miz.
I like the Miz.
Got to be the Miz.
I like the Miz. I think that would be a good one. Will it be the best one? No. Who would be a good martial arts guy? Think of I think maybe GSP.
Is there a younger
it's gotta be-
Chris?
The Miz is a martial.
What'd you say,
not
Christy?
only is he a
Is there a younger Chuck Norris? I mean, we can just have him circle time and come
That's a
back
good
and do
idea.
it.
It's a good idea.
no, the Miz is made to be Johnny Cage. He is. I mean, he has the athleticism. He can pull off all his own stunts. He knows how to fight. He is a pro wrestler, and he does have martial arts background. The Miz, all the way.
Correct.
There you go.
It's not a bad choice.
Thank you,
sir.
Miz. Twice.
It's not a bad choice.
The Miz twice. Yes, the Miz as Johnny Cage.
Christy, let me ask you a question. When you were deployed, what was your favorite comic book that you were reading?
Honestly, I was looking at a lot of George Perez's Starfire.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So I got super hooked on him.
Very, very nice. Now, Christy, where could people find you that are watching that aren't fans, that are going to be new fans? Where could they find you on Instagram? Where could they find you on the social media? Where could they find you on Facebook and on Instagram? Why don't you pimp yourself right now?
Usually Missing. That's usually where people find me on social media. Missing. Gone dark. Somewhere in the deep, deep web. No, so if you just search my name, which of course is spelled weird, but the Kristi, space KAI, and then I should be, popping up on Instagram and Facebook still. I took down my actual cosplay page, so I just have my personal page.
Okay.
But I mean, that's where I post most.
Okay.
got a
Now, a lot of
question.
cosplayer. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It says, what does the future look like for Kristi Kai? Has she considered teaching or mentoring others with her amazing skills? I, for one, have seen her doing this already in person.
Yes. So I have kind of stepped back a lot from wanting to do prints And I have been trying to get more into just doing tutorials again, because I actually used to do tutorials a lot. And I would teach panels and I would host panels and like then of course judging costume contests, providing that feedback and everything. And at some point, I don't know when it happened, but I just started kind of guesting more and less responsibilities as far as teaching. And I hated that because like my favorite thing was being able to actually tell people how to craft something or teach people how to craft something. And then, you know, showing them, having those conversations, inspiring them to create their own costumes, because obviously I care a lot more about other people's costumes than my own.
What's the most rewarding thing that you got out of cosplay?
I think watching somebody's confidence actually really grow, because I've, you know, kind of come into some people's lives right as they were actually considering quitting. And, you know, basically I just kind of ran through it with them, like, you know, why do all these other people's opinions of you matter? Like, are you having fun? Are you enjoying it? Or are you trying to be what somebody else tells you you're supposed to be? Because that's the most ridiculous thing you can try to be.
Okay.
The same thing happens as a comic artist, Christy.
Yep.
Okay. Christy, do you believe in the cosplay philosophy, cosplay my way? Or have you heard that philosophy?
Whose way?
Your way. That's what it's called. Cosplay. It's the saying is cosplay my way, meaning cosplay your way. You understand?
No, that would I'm hoping the message is simple, like, and that they're just trying to encourage the person to be themselves, because that's what we need more of.
Yeah, that's what the saying is. It's cosplay my way, or meaning cosplay your way. It's kind of odd, but once you know the mantra, once you hear the slogan, that's the way it is. Cosplay, your my way.
Right.
In other words,
and more people need that instead of trying to fit into a mold, because it's like, okay, if everyone tries to be Jessica Negri is no longer Jessica Negri. Jessica Negri is, you know, thing 1, thing 2, thing 3. Like, you don't have any uniqueness to it. So I always tell somebody, whenever you're doing a character, like, take it and you make it your own. You know, like, anything about that character that you fall in love with the most, you can hold on to that and really, like, you know, use that as part of your design. Like, you don't have to go screen accurate. I hate screen accurate is great if you're doing a lookalike contest, but it is not flattering to everybody's body type. You know, if I did screen accurate to everything.
Correct. I got you. See, another example of cosplay my way is anyone could cosplay as anything. It doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, how much you weigh. If you're a man or a woman, you can gender bend. You can do whatever you want. That is what cosplay my way means. And I was just wondering how you stood on that philosophy. A lot of cosplayers I know all 100% behind that, and I was just wondering how you felt.
I am absolutely sure I am behind that, as long as it doesn't cross a offensive line.
Okay.
So I do not believe in cosplay your way if your way is black facing and trying to make fun of somebody. That I draw the line on. I'm not okay with that. No,
it's
so it's like,
nothing.
I'm cool until you do that, and then in which case, no. Let's reevaluate our inner morals.
It's nothing like that.
Okay, good.
Nothing like that at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want to like sit here and back a motion if I don't know it, because for all I know, like, the creator of it's over there black facing and is trying to justify it, and then I have to be like, no.
It's like you have a 10-year-old that made a Batman costume out of cardboard that he found out in his, and he walks outside, and that's awesome, kid. You did a great job. Here's an Angry Geeks approved stamp for you, because that is bloody cool. That is cosplay his way or her way.
One of my favorite costumes ever created, and Mark knows this, was made out of trash cans.
Okay.
So, and that was one of my favorite costumes ever. Made out of trash
cans. What was
it?
Regular
Regular brute costume, like trash cans. It was her own character design, and it was
Really?
amazing. She did all of her armor though out of trash cans.
That is just. I met this one kid. My very first
Mark,
Rhode
you know who
Island
I'm talking
Comic-Con.
about, right?
He did all his own cosplay. It was all out of Eva foam, sponges, actual sponges, and gym mats. And the kid was just incredible. And he was building Iron Man suits out of all of it. And he was 13 years old. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, I support the tinfoil Silver Surfers, the
There
Iron
you go. That's it.
Mans with an ironing, thing. Like, I support all that.
Then you do. Then you believe in the philosophy. There you go. Mark,
Oh,
wake
man.
up.
I'm
the one
still
falling
awake.
asleep.
I'm not falling asleep yet. Christy, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, but I don't think most people know that one.
That's a great movie.
Hey, Jim Carrey. Who doesn't know that?
A ton of people don't know that.
In my opinion, his all-time best movie ever.
Yeah, the cinematography on it was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
What's your number 2?
I'm not as prepared for that. I know what my favorite one is. I don't know anymore.
Let's say you got to go to a deserted island one day. You only got 5 DVDs to take with you forever. You already
Do
named
I
one
get a
of them.
DVD player and a TV? I'm just like, because otherwise.
You got it, and hope to God they got electricity too.
I know, that's why I'm like, do I somehow have electricity? I've got a player, I've got a TV. Like, can we go a little deeper in this analogy?
Hey, you're smart. You're gonna figure out how to make electricity on this island. I know it for a fact.
I just want to make sure before I'm lugging all these DVDs with me. And then furthermore, are they in like good cases? Otherwise, they're getting scratched in that sand.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Christy. I didn't think through with this question for you tonight.
I wasn't ready for my second favorite movie, but I'm ready to get trapped on a deserted island.
That sounds amazing, actually. My last convention was Hawaii, so that's the last memory I have of cons. And all I can think about right now is Hawaii. So one day I am going to go back to that island and just live there forever. That's the plan.
If I could go anywhere right now, it would 100% be Costa Rica. That has been on my dream list for so long. I just want to take my camera, like the one thing I'd be excited to actually dig my camera out for, and like take that with me and just go down there. That's on my dream list.
What's the most exciting place that you've been, Christy, as far as vacation stuff like that?
I was like, most exciting is like adrenaline rush, because that'd be Iraq. But no, if we want to go somewhere comfortable, okay, that's different. I don't know. It's a tough one. So, I went to Qatar, and they have beautiful white sand beaches. I was actually there on leave from Iraq, so that was fun. But seriously, beautiful white sand beaches. They had little kebabs. There was a guy with a camel, and I was soaking wet because I'd been in the water, and then I was like near his camel. And then when I looked back on the picture, I was like, no wonder he's smiling, because it's a camel next to a camel toe.
Get it? Camel next to a camel toe.
Terrible story for you.
Okay.
I loved it. I thought it was great, Christy. So how
Christy,
was
we're gonna get way. Hold on, Mark. We're gonna get way from that question. Way away from that question.
Why?
If you had the means, if you could, would you go to Jurassic Park?
Well, obviously. You're asking a reptile lady if she would go to Jurassic Park?
No. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this now. What would you rather face? Would you rather face the dinosaurs at Jurassic Park, or would you rather face a horde of zombies? Which would you rather face? Now, mind you, you're going to put yourself in a situation whereas you're on Jurassic Park, you have no weapons. You have exactly what the people in the movies have. Now, with the zombies, all you have is a hammer, a bottle of water, and a stick. Which would you rather be at? Jurassic Park, same situation as the people in the movies, or a bottle of water, a hammer, and a stick against a horde of zombies. Which would you rather face?
Well, again, like, what is my actual motive? Am I trying to kill something?
No, your motive is to live and survive 24 hours so someone could come and save you.
Okay, well then I'd have to face the zombies because I wouldn't want to kill the dinosaurs. So I would just let the dinosaurs kill me because, again, I'm a reptile lady. You're asking a reptile lady if she's going to try to face down a dinosaur. Hell no, I'm going to try to put a collar on it and keep it as my pet.
Chrissy, have you read my book? Sorry, Lewis. Have you read Jengar and Shred yet? It just came out 2 months ago.
I haven't.
God, you're going to love it. It's basically about a girl who kills all these carnivores up until she finds a baby one who just had her mom killed, and she's basically takes care of this little guy. Now his name is Shred, and she takes care of it like a mom till it grows up, and it's kind of like a pet now, but it's also like, you know, they take care of each other in hell. Basically, is where this comic takes place. It's part of the Hellbringers universe. So if you get a chance, I'd love you to read it because I think you would do an amazing cosplay of it. I'm just saying.
And see, this is one of the other ways I end up cosplaying characters. I get guilted right into them.
I will never guilt you into doing this. I might actually pay you as a commission to like do a cover because I think it would be such a good cover because I think you would be perfect for being Jengar. Just saying.
All right, well, we will explore that when I know the background of it.
I mean, you just described, what Lewis just said is what the book is. I think you'd like it.
I know, but I haven't seen your character design. What if it's like too pasties? I can't, that's not my thing.
You know what? It is not. Don't you worry about that. I will actually show you if you'd like to see it.
Because, yeah, I can't just agree to things blindly.
A whole other direction with that.
I feel like Lewis is over there. Stay PG, Christy. Stay PG.
Nah. Oh man, you can do whatever you want. You're all good.
No, I'm getting ready to go to sleep.
Let's see. Lewis, if you don't mind, we asked our guest one final question while I'm looking for the Jengar covers to show her.
Ooh, final question.
Okay.
That makes it serious.
Final question for me. Okay. Now before we got interrupted, now you went already through Jurassic Park. You're not going to do Jurassic Park. Now you're at the zombies. So here's something different. Now you're going to face zombies. You already faced the zombies. You survived the 24 hours. 24 hours is up. You get saved. Now the rescue party coming to you, they get destroyed by aliens. Now you got to face either the aliens or the zombies for 48 hours. What do you do? Who do you go up against? Are you going to still stay with the zombies or are you going to go up against the aliens? What do you do? The only thing you have now is your most favorite cosplay. All the weapons, all the props for that cosplay are now real. What do you face? The zombies or the aliens?
Mark, did you not prep him at all about me?
Bro, this is the craziest conversation ever, and I love it, actually. Christy, this is great. This is good conversation, man. I haven't talked to you in so long that actually talk to you like this
so
is
first,
great.
We asked the reptile lady if she wants to, like, face down dinosaurs. Well, obviously, I'm not going to hurt the dinosaurs. Then we asked, like, the world's biggest Predator fan if they want to face off against Alien where the props are real. Obviously, I want to get blooded. I need to murder the alien, then take the, piece of it and mark my skin. I mean,
wait a minute. I didn't say what kind of alien.
Right now.
I didn't say what kind of aliens. I didn't say the xenomorph aliens.
Hey,
I mean,
you
alien.
said
It could be.
alien. I know exactly where my little heart's going. It can be any alien I want to face right now.
Okay. I see what you did. I see what you did there. You little minx. I see what you did, and I will give you an. You did good for that one. I see what you did about the aliens, but I wasn't thinking that type of alien. I was thinking
You
more of
weren't.
falling
I
skies.
was. You're literally like,
Yeah.
okay, you've just battled, like the zombies. Now you have to prove your worth to Predator.
Yeah.
And I'm like, obviously I'm going to. Like the saddest thing that I could ever have happen is face down against Predator and him not taking control. What if I wasn't even good enough to be a trophy?
No, you did
That's a
good.
good point.
You did good thinking on your feet. That is awesome. You did 100% perfect, especially for the final question. And with that, I bid you a fond farewell because I'm going to bed.
Sweet
Good night,
dreams.
my
Mark.
friend.
I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for watching and having fun. Christy, it was a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully,
Nice
I'll
to
see
meet
you in person. Mark,
Hopefully.
I'll see you tomorrow night. Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. I'm Louis Perry. You are not. And don't throw rocks at a guy who has a machine gun. I will see you guys tomorrow night. See ya.
Ah, brought you back. You thought you were getting off here, but I just
Yeah,
brought
get
you
out of that
back.
backstage.
All right, just kidding. What's up, Christy?
Hello.
So this is Jengar.
Okay, so it is pasties.
Man, it's not pasties.
That's some triangular pasties.
All right, never mind. Never mind, Christy. I want to ask
it's
you
fine.
to do it.
I just I'm also going to need a gym membership. Some tanning
whatever.
spray,
Whatever.
like a subscription to like a healthier meal service. Not because I'll actually eat it. I'm just being a diva at this point.
Look, if you ever want to do it, just let me know because I think it would be an awesome cover.
All right. Well, I will highly consider it because it's you. It is definitely not the details in a character I would typically do.
Look how sweet this girl is.
So
you can't tell me you've seen any sweeter girl in your entire life than that.
I
right
can
there.
name a ton of sweeter girls. You need to get out more. No, so like anytime I do a character like that where it's like a little bit skimpier of a no, not Belle. Belle's lovely. Get Belle out of there. Yeah, when I do something like that, then I need to find a way to add details because like one of my philosophies is anytime you do a skimpier costume, so like the less the costume, the more details ironically you need to get in there so that there's like something that still makes it a lot of effort.
Right. Her armor is made out of dinosaur skin, so like trying to figure out how to make it like pearlescent or something like that. You could even make it more of a wrap and not so skimpy. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it's not like I have a ton of snake skin shed or anything that looks like dinosaur skin that I could.
Oh, really?
Put
That would be
into it.
kind of cool. I'm just saying.
I mean, I've got like a 16-foot reticulated python, so I get some pretty big sheds.
How long does it take you to make something like this, Christy?
That one, very quick because it's all Eva foam.
For those out there that have no idea where to get Eva foam, where do you get Eva foam at?
The craft store. So that is actually made out of kids craft foam, like the little 3mm craft foam. That's not even the fancy HD foam that they've got out nowadays. So that's at Michael's.
So tell me about this one.
So that was my take on The Purge. And so the bunny mask is actually from Walmart's Halloween section. And then I added a whole bunch of blood to it because, you know, naturally.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then that corset is made by the like fantastic Kitty Krell with Crimson Rose Corsetry. It was a custom corset made for me. I literally just told her, like, you know, red and extra, and she delivered.
Yeah, she did. It looks great. I mean, it seriously does look amazing.
And then that little the little weapon I've got with me was actually a gift from my friend Brian. So it was a really fun costume because it was just me having like an absolute blast, getting to be creepy, which is obviously like one of my favorite
Yeah,
things.
you love doing that, and
I love being creepy.
And you're successful. And in my opinion, please never stop doing that, because in my
Being
opinion,
creepy? Thank you.
it's part of your creative side that makes you super special. Like,
I
you
think that was like
stand
one of
out.
my favorite things about Enchantress is that I got to like, of course I did ask permission to touch people, but then I would sit there and play with their hair for the photos and everything. Cause like, you know, again, I'm a creeper. It's fine.
And that's what's amazing about your style of creativity, is you can come up with something like this right here. Like this right here. You know what I mean? Like it's art is what it is. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah. It's art with a boob window. Just got to add that in there.
Even with no boob window, ladies and gentlemen.
That's my little baby Lilith.
So how old is your snake here?
She was a tiny little nothing. She was a hatchling at the time. She's a baby. Yeah, that's my most precious Lilith. She is my like number one reptile, right? Well, her and Falcor, like they're my two like absolute favorites. But yeah, Lilith was my like first snake.
Your snake's name is Lilith?
Yeah.
Did you know the main character of our story is named Lilith?
I do. I saw it in your intro.
Would you like to see a picture of Lilith?
Yeah.
This is Joseph Rubenstein just did the cover for Hellpug and Velocicock for Lilith. He did that in watercolor. How crazy is that?
Amazing. I have pointy elf ears, but I didn't have to like get, you know, any kind of like they point. They're gonna be pushed by the.
If you ever wanted to do something like this, I mean, this is way less skimpy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, at least there's some armor on that, Mark.
Yeah. Well, not on my cover for the book.
Oh, okay. So, all right, we're going back to the triangle.
No armor. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my cover. She'll never have to cosplay that one. No worries. Sarah Frazetta did this one, Christy. Sarah Frazetta did this cover right here for a homage to her granddad, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's got a really nice like feel to it.
I thought it was pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
And you're never gonna believe it.
Oh, there we go. That's who I want to cosplay.
Stephen Pawala did this cover for me.
Yeah.
I reached out to him to have him do a cover, and he's the reason me and you actually know each other. So if it wasn't for Steve, we wouldn't be doing the show together right now. But that cover right there, folks, is on the Kickstarter right now. Steve just did it. Us Cassidy on colors. I love Steve's work. Steve will be on another book in a couple months. You guys reach out to him as well.
Did you ever get the privilege to see his artwork of my Sub-Zero?
Yes, I actually did. I reached out to him and said I think it was one of the best things I'd ever seen him do. Period. Like, I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, that was my favorite for the longest.
So I know we're all sad that Lewis is gone tonight. It was great to have Lewis on the show this evening. Christy, this is the point of the show where it's 8 minutes past 8. I usually only ask people to stay for an hour. Do you want to keep going with me? Usually around this time, I start to talk about the Hellpug and Velocicock Kickstarter as we about to get off. But I'd like to show you the cameo videos that we had made for them and see what you think of them if you want.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm here for whatever, you know. I didn't get to talk to you a lot. I talked to Lewis a lot.
Well, and here's the thing is, you know, Lewis he's just an amazing co-host. it's true that me and you don't get to talk as much as we should.
I know. So really, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and I really appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate it. Like, you have no idea how awesome it is to have you on the show. I owe you one. Let me know what it is you want. Even if it's just drawing you in one of your cosplays, I would love to do that for you. So anything, just let me know. I am going to bring up these videos. Hey, have you ever seen the video of the slithery snake guy where he's like, I'm a snake, and he's like, blah, 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 like that?
I don't think so, but
No,
maybe it's a impression of it that I'm not recognizing.
It's on YouTube. It's got like 80 million views, and I don't know how. Like, I showed it to Tom Hutchinson, and he's like, "This is where humanity's at, ladies and gentlemen. Is this gets 80 million views while us creators suffer?" And I was like, "God, Tom, calm down. It's hilarious. Just watch it."
I don't understand half of the things that are funny on TikTok now, but obviously, like, they're funny.
No, and it's funny. This was on like the first episode of Touch.0 back in the day, back like 10 years ago or something like that. Anyways, here he is.
I'm a snake. I'm a silly little sniggy snake. Now, I was slithering around the comic book store, and I started hearing about this new comic book coming out. Now, I haven't read this thing yet, but it sounds pretty sweet. It's called Hell Pug and Velocicock. That's in case you aren't a scientist, that is half velociraptor, half cock. Kind of like how I'm half human, half slither little sniggy snake. Now, I guess that also means Hell Pug is half hell, half pug. Now, I used to have a pug, and they're pretty much all hell. So, Hell Pug and Velocicock is about to be coming out soon. Snatch that thing up and see what that's all about, because it sounds pretty sweet to a silly little sniggy snake. And I know, because I'm a snake. I'm a silly little sniggy snake.
So, Christy,
there's like the one snake I don't want to rescue. Like the only one.
how does it make you feel to know that that guy's got the most cameo buys of all time, of all of the celebrities on Cameo? How insane is that? That guy right there.
I mean, that's exciting though. You know, like, I'm proud for him. If you can find that weird niche in life, hell yeah.
Cat Kitten Rose says hello from me and Rob Christy.
Aww.
The Wolfman says, who wants a sweeter girl?
Yeah. You don't need the sweet ones. Get them salty things with the pickles and everything. Yeah.
Christy, do you know who Jamie Kennedy is from Malibu's Most Wanted and also Scream?
I know Scream.
Jamie Kennedy is one of those guys that now does stand-up comedy, and he tours the country, and it's a pretty good show, especially for hecklers. So if you're a heckler at a show, he fucks you up, and it's hilarious to watch. But I wanted to show you, we got a video of him actually promoting the Kickstarter for Hell Pug and Velocicock. So let me show you that right now, and it's pretty uncomfortable. So,
what's up? It's Jamie Kennedy. We have a new hilarious comic book coming out called Hell Pug and Velocicock. Have you heard about Hell Pug and Velocicock? Velocicock? Hell Pug and Velocicock. Come on, this isn't. It's half Velociraptor, half butt plug. I mean, half cock. Hell Pug is Lilith, and she's Lucifer's puppy. This is from Russ, McLean, and Ed. Mark, what the hell? How do you even come up with this shit? Is this real? This is like a fake one. Alright, I'll leave it, but you can go long and edit it, because I just wanted you to see that part. Hey, what's up? This is Jamie Kennedy, and I just want to let you know there's this great new comic book called Velociraptor, Velocicock, half Velociraptor, half cock. It's incredible. It's in a limited run right now. It's going to be an NFT. Velocicock, Velociraptor butt plug. It's a lot going on. Ed, Russ, McLean, Mark. Whew. Some of those late night brainstorms. Congratulations. Great book. It's gonna be huge.
I can't get over his lips the whole time, though.
Right. Like he was definitely on something that entire video.
I don't know, but I want it. Like just like the whole time, he was like I thought he was like trying to like mock like some of the selfies that people take with the like duck lips and everything. I'm like, oh, are we just duck lipping now? Like,
yeah. Here's the thing, Christy, is we have a hell pug, bottom right, and a Velocicock, which is right there, which is half Velociraptor, half chicken. You know what I mean? I tell people to get their minds out of the gutter, but they don't listen when it comes to that.
because they're thinking about the cock.
I think that's what it is.
You got to talk with your lips like somehow out the whole time.
Dude, you're totally doing it.
I don't know how it really works, but you got to do it. That like hurts your face. I don't think I could hold that for a whole convention.
So I got one more video to show you. I actually started a Hellbringer soundtrack. So yeah, I know it sounds crazy, right? So it's not like me in the garage.
Are you rapping about cock? I just need to know.
There is a rap about it.
Okay.
I just got to prepare you.
I need the rap first. Let's just go.
So here's the thing, guys. Is I started the soundtrack. I got 6 songs that we had professionally made. I own all the music rights to those songs. The CD will be out this summer for Hellbringers and Silent Mayhem Productions. I can see the endorsement from Christy already, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd be so proud to tell everybody, hey, listen to my rap about cock. Like, let's just do it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
spin that beat.
The rap about cock by King Marino.
Well, who's the big bad boss? I'm the big bad boss. And my name is Hellput. Talk a lot of shit when I walk. I just walk around with a bad mood. My attitude, that's bad too. If the queen said I'ma bust a move, if you cross her, I'ma bust you too. Lilith said I gotta go away to find a husband and my daddy, yeah. On a special mission, I complete the mission, always ready for a battle, eh? Find Lucifer, then bring him back. Think I gotta jump on where he hiding at. But first I gotta move the queen to a safer place where ain't nobody riot at. That's a 10-4, buddy, roger that. About to hit the city, I'll be right back. Yeah, the city of Los Angeles to a castle town where nobody at. Hold up, what is this that I see? A Velocicock, half raptor, half cock. Run up on them with them things cock. And around in the chamber that bang cock. Oh, now this getting crazy. Somebody else done appear. And it look like it's a rhinoceros rex. Me and Velocicock, we have a threat. And my God, there's another, now we have a mess. And this one's an elephantitis. Me and Velocicock must be united. Kapow, kaplooey, we fighting. We striking them quicker than lightning. It's history, put it in writing.
Well, I gotta say, you found the right artist for that, because that's probably the best you could have rapped about cock.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, Christy. I will absolutely agree with you. If ever there was a comic book
about that.
If ever there was a comic book to rap about cock in, it would be this one. And that guy just fucking nailed it. You know what I mean?
Solidly.
Just nailed that cock.
Just nailed that cock. So good.
It's amazing.
So good.
So, Christy, I had to ask you, we had a guy named Joe Shine in here say, hey, Christy, will you make it out to any cons in Albuquerque soon or next year?
Oh, I hope so. Like, yeah, I love Joe. But I also I love the conventions down in Albuquerque. There's definitely some incredible people down there. That's where we actually handed out the most boats for Pennywise.
Joe also says she's an amazing and awesome best friend, and she gave me awesome advice, and she's someone that gave me confidence to not quit at cosplaying, and it's the best I've ever gotten. Thanks, Christy. That has to make you feel good, right?
It makes me feel too mushy. It's amazing. Let's get away before I like actually cry in cosplay, not just like, you know, body paint and I cry.
All right, to Mark dancing. Go ahead. Let it out, Christy. Let it out.
I'm doing it. Oh, wait. My bad. I thought we were dancing.
We were.
I don't know what mood I'm supposed to be. It's fine.
Yeah, you're all good. You can be all the moods.
I tend to be. I am female.
Hey, I mean, I don't know if you heard this, but I am getting married soon. Yeah.
She actually said yes.
Yeah. Do you want to see a picture of her?
Oh, I've seen pictures of her. I just can't believe she said yes.
Hold on.
But you're welcome to show more pictures of her.
Let me show you this one. That's what she looks like in real life, folks. She is razor buzz and she is devastating. She is a beautiful girl, but she has
devastatingly gorgeous, but that is not what she looks like in real life.
She is devastatingly gorgeous. That's a good point.
She is, which again, I don't know why she said yes to you.
Honestly, you know, she seems to think I'm a good person. It's been 2 years now. If I haven't fooled her yet, I don't know how I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? She's been around me every day.
It is Stockholm Syndrome.
It might be. It might be. For me. You know what I mean? Because I'm the one getting beat up all the time by razor bows.
Blink if you need help.
Joe Shun says Kristi Kai and Leah Stevo, the tag team cosplay champs ever.
Joe Shine, hype man in me over here.
Dude, he totally is.
Absolutely.
Which is cool. Yeah. That's very cool of him. One of the cosplays I don't think I've shown off yet is, let's see, this one right here.
Ah, yes.
So tell us a little bit about this one.
So that is actually a lot of my military gear that ended up deployed, but then some of my personal favorite weaponry. So that on my, my left, but the right side of the photo is a Barrett MRAD 338 Lapua.
Oh, excuse me. Wow. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to keep that?
No, it ended up getting sold, ironically, to the owner of the company I work for. So it's still it still exists in my life. It's just unfortunately no longer mine.
Remind me never to mess with you, Christy.
I do love weapons. I am probably the worst house to break into, or the best house to break into. It kind of depends on whether or not you want a Viking death. I will Blood Eagle.
So that's an amazing picture in itself. It feels very powerful, in all honesty. Every time I see it, I can see the emotion in your face. And I mean, it's kind of like the way that you expose yourself is like exposing like your soul to the world through this. And then the armor's on top of it. And you see like the tears running down your art. Again, this is art.
Yeah,
like when you think of this, how do you think of this stuff?
I don't know. I sometimes just get that vision in my head of something that I want to do, and I don't always know the best way to convey it. But sometimes I just kind of go for it, and it either turns out like I wanted, or it even becomes something better. Again, that is my, amazing buddy Paul Martin there that did that photography. And I love working with him because sometimes it will be a very hard emotion for me when working on some sets of photos. But he and his buddy Todd and my buddy Todd, everybody's buddy Todd, do a really good job of trying to keep me on a more positive level, even when we're kind of going into some of those depths.
Christy, let me ask you a question. For the new Hellbringers Kickstarter, we have 8 covers. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm going to show them to you. I want you to tell me which one is your favorite, if you don't mind.
Okay. I mean, obviously Stevens.
All right, you can't be
Wait,
biased,
I can be
Christy.
biased. I can be biased.
You
Hey,
can be
he gives the
biased.
best hugs. Have you had his hugs?
I
You
have
can be
had his
biased
hugs.
too.
I have had his hugs.
They're
He
amazing.
does give the best hugs. He's a nice
does.
guy.
Yeah.
I love him. I want him around more. This is Steve's cover that she's talking about. This is her favorite. It's crazy. It stands out because it's the only one with the bad guys on it. Steve drew the only
That's
one
really
with the
also
bad
why I
guys.
love it. I'm always drawn to the bad guys. I'm over there watching
too.
Sub-Zero, like Charlie Theron in
Absolutely.
The Huntsman.
Who's your all-time favorite villain that's a woman?
That's a woman?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have a top 10.
Yeah. But there was actually a movie that came out that finally actually got villains right. And the villain was a female. And she hardly speaks until almost like the end. So she's not talking and she's just literally going through just like killing hordes of people. There's no hesitation. There's no remorse. She's just murdering everybody. But I'm trying to think for the life of me what that dang movie was called. Because really, she was the only thing I liked about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my God, epic villain, terrible rest of the storyline. Great villain. I feel like it's not the What Happened to Monday. God, she's like a elven. Oh, I have to look it up now. I'll come up with this.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know. I haven't even heard of this, I don't think.
Yeah, no, she goes through and just murders everybody. Like, ignore every other part of the storyline. It's kind of like what I do with Predator. I just ignore the humans and I'm like, Predator.
It's like I do with Godzilla movies. I ignore everything
Yeah.
about them until the fight scenes, like everybody else
Yeah.
should. Like, hey, what'd you think of the new Godzilla movie? What would you rate it, like, if you had to rate it?
Not good. Not good. They did my boy, some disservice there.
Yeah, they did.
Obviously, I'm a Godzilla fan.
I am a huge Godzilla fan as well. That movie was tough to watch. My little girl, I guess I can call her my little girl now. I've been taking care of her for 2.5 years. She cried through the whole movie.
Aw.
She was going for King Kong, and she said, and I got it on video, Godzilla's the bad guy. He was the bad guy all along. And then, boom, tears. And then I had to take care of her for the rest of the night and assure her that nothing was going to happen to Mr. Kong. Ah, God.
I was like literally the opposite. Kong's getting beat up. I'm like, meh. As soon as Godzilla gets even like a remote scratch on him, I'm like, not my baby.
You know what? I'm with you, because when I was a kid, the 60s or 70s version of King Kong vs. Godzilla had King Kong beating Godzilla. And even as a kid that was 6 years old, I knew that was bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I knew there was no way that there was going to be an ape that could be beaten, or he could beat Godzilla. You know what I mean?
No,
There's no way.
So one of the type of reptiles that I have, sorry, I'm just going to keep talking about reptiles. If you guys want to join Kristi Kai's reptile show, like, we're just going to make it that now. No, but one of the reptiles I have is an Argentine tegu, and it looks like a tiny little raptor. And so that thing is, like 3 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm obviously a human. So like, if we're going like Godzilla compared to like ape over here, like that tegu kicks my butt all the time. Like when he comes at me with his death rolls and snaps, like I'm running.
Man, you're kind of making me want to go buy lizards. I'm not going to lie to you. And here's the other thing is we were at the zoo this past week for the kid's birthday. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like, while I was there was lizards, and I was like, I think I might want one of these. You know what I mean? Or like,
Yeah,
something about it.
I get it. I totally get it. I also, would be wrong if I didn't say think it through. So they take a lot of time, a lot of setup, a lot of, care, and they are not creatures that you should ever just abandon in your garage. Like if you start noticing that you've lost interest, go ahead and try to rehome, because like they will suffer lifelong consequences if you are too lazy to change their UVB.
Wow. Yeah, well, you don't have to worry about that with me. I've got 2 birds, 3 cats, 4 dogs. I mean, yeah, I can handle a little more. You know what I mean?
I know. Again, if you ever find out, I do have a better collection than the zoo. But again, not telling the HOA that. Don't know everybody tell that.
Nobody's gonna tell them. They don't watch the show.
Yeah, they probably do. But yeah, no. Just I try to encourage people to really look into whether or not that's something you want, because far too many people get them as pets for their children, and then they don't realize the amount of abuse that children put pets through.
Mm-hmm. You have a very good point, Christy. I got to tell you, I mean, he's right. You probably do have a better collection than the zoo from what I've seen. That's pretty cool. Where do you get your stuff, if you don't mind me asking?
As far as the supplies for them, or as far as them themselves?
I mean, no, I wouldn't call the lizard stuff. Where do you get the supplies for them? But where do you get the lizards as well?
So again, most of the reptiles come to me as like rescues in a sense. I don't really like to think of them as rescues. They come to me surrendered. And so people basically have decided, hey, I can no longer care for this reptile. Like, would you consider providing it a home? And of course I will. And then I, take them to all their vet appointments, get them healthy again, etc. So it is a process, but we've had snakes thrown to us in a box with ice packs in it. Like they had frozen rats, which is the equivalent of like an ice pack in there with the snake. And snakes don't produce their own body heat, so it's pretty sad when the snake gets thrown to you in a box, like with the rats, and that's how we got some of them. And we've had other ones that were just like tossed pretty much, or handed over completely, stuck shed, respiratory infections, etc. So like they very, very, very few have come to me healthy. But as far as actual supplies go, there are some really amazing enclosure builders here in Colorado. I try to buy local when I can. And so I will go through like Cryptic Creations or Cold-Blooded Reptiles and things like that, and trying to like, promote the local products.
That's really cool. I mean, I would think you would be the person to ask how to take care of them. So I figured, why not ask for all the people out there that wouldn't know.
If anybody ever decides and then suddenly they're like, hey, I'm seeing different things on Google, what's right? I will give you that care sheet.
That's really cool of you. Seriously. Guys, right now, I am going to stop our conversation for just a second, just so we can do a free giveaway. This is the Steph Wilson Hellbringers Dawn of the Devil Chromium cover. It's just got a little mark that runs through it, so it's probably like an 8.0, not a 9.8, guys. It is a free giveaway. If you go to the the Hellpug and Velocica Kickstarter and back it right now, and you put over $50 on the Kickstarter and then message me on Facebook, you will win this. Ladies and gentlemen, this chromium edition. As you see, the foil turns a rainbow. Steph Wilson is an amazing, amazing artist. Works with us on all our Hellbringers books and on Jink Art Shred. That's all you got to do. Go to the Kickstarter, back it now. A couple nights ago, we did 4 of those, and within 30 seconds, all 4 of them gone. It was crazy. Christy, we're going to bring you back on here now. And I got to ask you, I mean, what have you been up to in the last 2 years since COVID has been happening? Like, what have you been doing? Like, this is the first time we have actually had a chance to talk.
I
So,
know.
what have you been
No,
up to?
it's really mostly just been work and reptiles. Like I have become probably the most boring person, but simultaneously not boring person. Kind of just depends on like once you get sick of reptile stories. But yeah, really, it's been a lot of that. I haven't got to do as many costumes anymore. Again, I do have two that haven't seen the light of day. Hopefully, they'll find a con to go to
I want
soon.
to see them. I want to see them.
Yeah, I only said what one was too. That was the best part. I only gave away half. Dun, dun, dun.
Says, "Oh my God, why did I buy tacos instead of this?"
Dang it, because tacos. I mean, that's a tough
Bro,
choice in life.
that is
Tacos.
a tough choice in life. So yesterday I went to Jack in the Box and I got tacos from them. Have you ever had their 2 for $1.29?
No, I always get the mini loaded ones.
Oh my God, I haven't had the loaded ones, but I have had the mini tacos. I just tried them. I had no idea they had loaded ones until yesterday.
Get the
Ended
mini
up,
loaded ones.
God, I'm gonna try them. Is that the one with the nacho cheese on
It's got
top
all
and the
sorts, yeah,
jalapenos?
and like little
Oh,
spicy sauce in it and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I need that in my life right now, guys.
Oh, exactly. But yeah, I'm hoping obviously this year to be able to start going to conventions again or to get more into teaching all the tutorials and everything as well.
Have you thought about setting up your own tutorial class and maybe offering it online or throwing out some kind of PDF and putting it on your website and then have people pay you, like maybe, to download the PDF or something like that?
Yeah, see, it's once you get into that like having to pay for it thing that I'm like, yeah, because I just like teaching. I mean, these are conversations I'll have with anybody. So
Sure.
it's hard for me to say, oh, you have to pay to get it. Like, because it's free advice. If you messaged me, I'd have a whole long conversation with you about it.
You
I
know,
think like I think it's
I,
kind of like my prints. I used to charge for them, and then after a while, I was like, you know what? Just tips if you want to. Have a print, leave a tip. You
right,
choose.
right. I mean, that's really cool of you, Christy, that you do that. I sit here and I think to myself, like the more popular you get as a cosplayer, and you have, every year you get more and more popular as a cosplayer.
Oh,
And
see, I feel like I've gotten less though, because I kind of backed away from it for a while.
you know, the legend of Kristi Kai continues on. You understand what I'm saying? And here's what I'm trying to bring to this is, what if one day you just, everybody's coming to you for all this advice and you just don't have time to answer everybody? Do you think you'd offer an option there?
It'd probably still be free. That's my thing with it. So, I've always told people I cringe a little when somebody used to like introduce me as a professional cosplayer because while yes, I have made money cosplaying, I have a day job. Like I work full time like in a day job. So for me, cosplay is really an outlet and one of my favorite hobbies. And the more I accidentally lost sight of, just having fun with it, the more I started kind of resenting it. And then I was backing away, like I did start getting more popular and I was like, this isn't me. Like I don't want to be so busy that the only people who talk to me are the ones who want to buy a print. I want the people to be able to still feel like they can come up and say, hey, I'm having this issue with my costume. Could you help me?
Mm-hmm. No, you're absolutely right when it comes to that. Sometimes it does feel like business takes over. And listen, especially right now for me, I've done 5 comics in the past 5 months. Like, I don't know how we've done it, but we've done it, and I have not slept at night like more than 3 hours. You know what I mean? And it's been killing me, like literally killing me. I even had a heart attack at one point when we first started because I wasn't used to this pace. You know what I mean?
Healthy.
Yeah, yeah. So Adina's had me eating healthier and stuff like that. And I got to realize I can't party like I used to. I'm 35 years old, so I got to pull it together. You know what I mean? Which kind of sucks, but hey, it's life. But the point to all that is you get so busy that you don't get to talk to your friends like you used to. Like
No.
I haven't had a chance to talk to almost any of my friends. Come here.
Well, I wasn't getting to talk to friends. I wasn't getting to, again, answer questions about costuming. I would end up going like a whole convention, and I realized that like no one had come up and said, how do I make this? There was none of that. And instead, it was just, people basically commenting and saying, oh, this print is really nice. And I'm like, well, I'm good for way more than prints.
Right. So, Kristi Kai, this is Violet. Sit up just a second.
Hello.
Let's look at the camera so everybody can see. Let's see. Here, I'll move it just a little bit so I can.
I'll move it in her face. There you go. Put it in your
there we
face.
go.
To you.
Hey, so this right here, I don't know if you know this, but she's a professional cover artist now.
Oh.
Yeah. It was her
accredited so young.
Yeah. So she's 7. She just turned 7 last Saturday, and her present was actually she got to be on a Jengar and Shred cover, and she sold one for $100, and it all went to her. Yeah.
What did you get with it?
She hadn't gotten it yet. We gotta spread this out. You know what I mean? She gets a lot for her birthday.
No, I don't hear you. I'm saying spoil her now.
Oh, we do. Don't you worry about that. This girl gets more presents than anybody in the world. Tell her, are you spoiled?
Yeah.
What do you think?
No.
Yeah.
No, look at him really sad with little puppy dog eyes and say no.
Oh, what's up?
She doesn't know what she's gonna get with that. I'm trying to teach her a life skill. Hi, Bigsy.
Okay. That's my kid.
Oh.
One day we're gonna get you a G.I. Joe. Who do you think you're gonna be?
Ooh.
So, Christy.
Yes.
As you can see, I have my own custom G.I. Joe.
You do.
That looks just like me.
Totally. Red beard and all.
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you, who would your G.I. Joe be if you had a custom G.I. Joe? Where would you start?
Being part of the Cobra.
The Cobra, ladies and gentlemen. The Cobra. There you go. That's right.
Who would you start with? I'd be
Cobra
the villain.
Tetsu.
Thank you.
I think you'd be a good Baroness.
I would. That'd be a fun one to do for me.
So, do you have any questions for Christy before I let you get out of here?
No.
You don't have any questions for her at all. Do you not see what she does? She's a cosplayer, sweetie. She's an artist, just like how you do with your makeup sometimes.
Yeah.
She does it, but she's a pro at it, and she's amazing. One of the best in the world, and she's one of my friends. Did you know that I've known her for almost 5 years?
No.
Longer.
Actually, it's been 6. Jesus, she was one of the first friends I've ever had in this industry.
2021 now. Longer.
How crazy is that? I've known her almost as long as you've been alive.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're going to see her at shows and stuff.
Eventually.
Yeah. And you'll get to meet her. She's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
High five. Love you. How's your arm feeling?
Better.
Better? Okay.
Yeah.
Toughest girl I know.
Bye.
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 That's the kid.
Aw.
She's very tough. She has type 1 diabetes, and she has to get needles in her every day, with insulin and stuff like that. And it just, it's kind of sad, watching her have to do stuff like that. But then, on top of that, her breaking her arm on her birthday just makes it even sadder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was at Jump City doing the trampolines or whatever, and then they had like one of those circle things circling. You're supposed to jump over it. For some reason, she landed wrong and broke her arm on the trampoline. So sad day.
Yeah, that's rough.
But-
So, I dress up as a princess a lot.
Mhm.
So I've got Belle, and I've had, Supergirl, obviously, so just like kids' costumes, I guess, in general. But
Love your Supergirl. That's how we met, by the way.
yeah. So, but I was doing Belle at the Children's Hospital NICU reunion. So all the, babies who had to be born and then have to survive. And those kids are freaking amazing. You just know they're going to grow up and just be absolute little fighters in the world.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's crazy. Like she has conversations that, I couldn't dream of having when I was a 6-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, she's just smarter than almost anybody I think I've ever met at that age. And I'm really proud of her. So.
Hell yeah. Now you're going to cry. You
I
need
ain't
to cut screen?
I ain't
Cut
crying.
screen.
Cut to Christy right now.
It was body paint. It was just the body paint, everyone. It's fine.
Christy, take over.
Right. Hit the tissues. Oh, goodness. And we're back.
If I ever have a problem like that, I'm just going to be like, okay, we're at intermission, folks. See you later.
Oh, there we go. Technical errors off screen.
That's actually what I should have had him say is technical errors. Dang.
Yep. But that's never what you say.
So, I mean, she did a cover. I'm just saying. She's a big time celebrity, so
obviously.
You're maybe going to have to think about it more now. Just saying.
Which part am I going to have to think about? Waiting in her live? Or waiting in her line?
What's that?
Mortal Kombat cabinet? Yeah.
It's not a full size, it's a 3/4 size, and I got it for $100 at Walmart one day because it was on sale. And I was just like, that would look really cool in the background. So I was like, all right. Let's see.
Who do you typically choose to play as?
For Mortal Kombat, I like Raiden just because you can own people with Raiden with the right, or what is it, left, right, or is it left, right, and then he does a little, and then he's like, and he just goes across the screen.
Are these official sound effects?
Those are official sound effects. I actually did the sound effects in the 90s. That was me, guys. Yeah. So if you ever wondered why that sounded so authentic, it's because I was the guy that did it. So who is your favorite? I mean, Scorpion was fun to play with. Sub-Zero was fun to play with. They all were fun for different reasons. I hated playing with Sonya. I hated it. As the original characters, I just felt like they didn't make her strong enough. You know what I mean? Right. As far as the moves and stuff. You want to be good with her, and then all of a sudden you get the Goro, and Goro's like, "Not today, Sonya."
No. Yeah, I don't know. I always get so torn. I have different characters that I like, and they're normally all villains.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm like, can I get some Sindel up in here,
Sindel's an amazing character. That's actually, I want to say, I think it's Shao Kahn's wife. So, and it's Melina's and Katana's stepmom or mom?
Yeah.
Right?
Some sort of mother relation.
Right. Mortal Kombat, all the stories actually in Mortal Kombat are really good. So I really hope the movies turn out to be better because you could go so many places if you just follow the storyline of the game,
Okay, but you say follow the storyline. Which one? Because Jax has lost his arms so many different ways.
I know.
I don't know what way Jax is supposed to lose his arm. I don't know what's authentic anymore because there's 4 different variations.
You know what? I completely agree with that. It's pretty damn funny that you say that actually, because I was sitting there watching it and I was like, man, why is he such a weak ass? Every time like the movie starts, it's always like, I gotta save Sonya, and it's like, oh, they ripped my arms off. Oh, it's like, no, now I got big arms and I'm gonna beat up the biggest guy. And then it's like, that's all Jax is good for, guys? No.
But they've done that trope so many times too. I mean, one of the ways that he lost his arms was, I guess, like jumping on a grenade to save Sonya. So like, that's been a trope. Like,
it shouldn't have been a part of a movie. I think again, honestly, like they should have just had the Scorpion Sub-Zero scenes as a movie, is what I thought for the new one, because just by itself it could have been a standalone great movie.
Again, I'll get into too many spoilers. I got to get you away from the topic.
Yep, you do.
Run
Sorry,
away,
I won't
man.
talk about it. I
Run
won't talk about it
away.
anymore.
No, yeah. Move on. Let's talk about some hypotheticals.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
You people need to watch the movie and stop getting on me.
I know, but it's even worse in a time of COVID.
Says, hey, Mark. Hey, Christy.
Hello.
Speaking of COVID, I got my second COVID shot today, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want proof? Oh, there's your proof right there. Oh, there it is. It's in the Band-Aid. Oh,
All I can see is that you put a Band-Aid on your arm. I can do that right now. Which point?
Well, would you like me to show you my vaccination card, Christy?
You gotta like bust out the card like everyone else.
Is that what you want?
Like, you gotta like whip it out.
I tell you what, Christy, just for you. I'll tell you what.
Oh, did you take a photo of it?
I sure did. Just for occasions like this right here.
Yeah. Oh, that's a photo of you taking a photo of a card. We can't see what's on that.
Oh, you don't know what's on the card? Let me zoom in.
Nope, still blurry.
Oh, it's not blurry anymore.
Get that info. Steal that identity.
I hate you so much.
We've seen his real birthday.
Yeah, you have. I'm 35, believe it or not. Even though this gray hair says different, that I'm starting to get everywhere in my mustache, my beard. That's what happens when you have a kid.
That's like so old.
I know, Christy. I am getting old, dude.
Okay, let's play a fun game. How old am I?
32.
Yes. Bingo. Oh my God, does that mean I'm looking it?
Christy, you will always look 20 years old.
Thank you. I don't want to.
Christy, you will always look 28.
I want to look like Charlize Theron coming out of the milk bath in Huntsman.
I mean, she looks like she's going to be whatever age she is for at least the next 40 years, so.
What was that, the older movie, like Death Becomes Her?
With her?
Was it Goldie Hawn? Older movie. But either way, she basically makes a deal for this elixir that will keep her forever young to try to like win back her ex-husband or something, and then she like goes back there, and then the new wife finds out and also gets the potion.
What the fuck?
Man. Huh? Yeah, Meryl Streep.
I need to see this.
Death Becomes Her? Okay, Death Becomes Her. I think that if they were to ever redo that movie, I vote Charlize Theron should be in it.
Oh, that is a good choice.
Throwing that out there.
Who would be the other woman?
Jennifer Aniston.
Wow, that sounds like a powerful movie, ladies and gentlemen.
The two women that have like the fountain of youth for them.
Dude, they really do.
They do.
They do. Cameron Diaz is another one of those chicks that just never ages.
Mm-hmm.
There's all sorts of celebrities that you see that have aged quite a bit, even female, and then you see some of these ones that haven't aged at all, and you think, man, they're fucking vampires, man. There's something going on.
Or
They're
they have
sucking
a
the
really good
blood.
medical team. Either way, sign me up for that number.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't have a soul left, but I'd sell it.
Says
Yes,
Meryl
Meryl Streep was
Streep.
definitely in it. Meryl Streep was amazing.
Do the power couple name for Kristi Kai and Charlize Theron.
I don't know. I would just be Mrs. Theron. I'd take her name.
Did you see her last movie that she was in, that she was playing to try to get the James Bond part, where she played a female special agent? I forgot the name of the movie, but it was really good.
Because there was like the blonde movie that she just played in, but I didn't think she was a special agent in that one. Oh, The Old Guard. Yeah, that was a good one.
Dude, that was a good movie. I heard it was a comic book too, I think, as well.
So is The Old Guard her latest movie? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I definitely saw that one. That's pretty much where she's like eternal life, you know, and then recon team and everything there. But yeah, that was an interesting one for her. I love her in everything though. So
Is she your favorite actress?
oh, she's like my favorite everything. In case you didn't know this.
I didn't until now.
Oh my God, no, that's been my like dream. I'm like one day she'll do a convention circuit just so I can actually see her. I'd probably chicken out. I'd like just completely turn red and walk into a door or something. But yeah, like I just think she has the absolute greatest acting chops. Like she can be anything, and she gets typecast so much because of her beauty. And that's why like I really loved it when she played in Monster and they put all the prosthetics on her trying to make her unrecognizable. And she's still like gorgeous even under like 8 pounds of prosthetic. And again, her acting range was just amazing. And it's like I feel like she just did that to say like, here guys, like we're taking away my beauty and I can still do this. Now what? Come at me. And I love that.
If you could see her fight anyone in a movie where, like, say they were both assassins and they were going to be girls, you can't pick Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
Who would you pick in like an action role where it would just be those two going at each other?
Obviously me.
And
I
can't
acting
disagree.
role I would take. Just so
honestly
at the end
can't
she can pin
disagree.
me down, maybe choke me a little. It's fine. I hands down I choose myself.
We're gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with her. That sounds good.
That's the one movie I'll be in.
So other than you,
Mm-hmm.
who would you pick to fight her? Actress wise.
So rude. Why can't it just be me?
It can be.
This.
It can be you. You just leave that in your head.
You know what? I'll go ahead and go with like Margot Robbie.
Oh, damn, that would be a good movie. You know, your casting abilities are pretty good. Have you ever thought about maybe contacting Hollywood and telling them how amazing at casting you are?
Right? I'll just contact them and be like, hey, I know you don't know me and I have no credits for anything, but trust me, I know how to pick girl fights.
I mean, I think
I'll
you
pick the
got a
ones
pretty...
we all want to see.
I actually do want to see that. So, Christy, it is coming up on 9 o'clock, which means it has been 2 hours. I appreciate you being here so much. It's been amazing. I can't believe I made it through the entire show. Honestly,
Proud of you.
Dude, that COVID shot for the second one is no joke. And I've actually had COVID too, and man, that almost killed me. And that was only a month ago. So I'm just happy to be alive right now. So
that is an important thing.
Christy, you've been absolutely amazing. I thank you so much for being on and, you know, getting into cosplay. And I knew it had to take a while to do it, to be on.
I'm getting too mushy. Wrap it up.
That's a good point. We don't have time for this. But I do love you. Thank you so much for being on the show. You are amazing. I cannot wait for conventions to roll back around so I can see you again and give you the hug that I haven't given you for 3 years. So that'll be great.
I'll wear bubble wrap.
You know, I might wear some too.
Ooh. This could get really fun. All right, somebody's got to record it, and it's just us in bubble wrap, and we're just like running and just meeting in that middle. Whoever falls first, falls first.
Dude, I hope we don't hurt each other. I'm getting old.
Worth it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the great Kristi Kai. Thank you so much, Christy. Have a great night.
Sweet dreams, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our amazing guest, Kristi Kai. She is the most incredible cosplayer I know and has been a friend for about 6 years. If she would have been a G.I. Joe, I think she would have been Baroness. I'm just saying. I think she could have pulled that off. And here, when we come on here at the end, we like to talk a little bit about Help Hug and Velocicock and show you the covers for the Kickstarter. This right here are the 8 covers. You can check the Kickstarter right now just by typing in Help Hug and Velocicock. And let's see. Bring it back, Christy, one more time because we love her and we just want to see her one more time. I know what you really want, guys. There you go. She's awesome and amazing. Boom. She's the best. Thanks, Christy. All right, guys. You guys know what that means and what time it is. You love watching me dance at the end of this, don't you?